We're back. Time for more Trinity. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday night. This week, our energy is flexibility. Flexibility is a pretty simple energy. The one thing that you have to remember about flexibility is that it's not wishy-washy. That's where we get it wrong. We think flexibility means that I have no anchor, no opinion, I cling to nothing, I'm willing to just go whatever. That's not flexibility. Flexibility is not you just totally giving in to whatever is suggested. That's you having no position whatsoever, and we don't want that. So flexibility involves anchoring, but also being willing to move within that anchored position. It's not always leaving your space, it's sometimes just shifting around in your space. The thing that helps me remember it is a very simple self-defense principle that's built into just about every martial art that I've ever encountered, and that is the rock. If you're in some sort of danger, your hands should be up. When you get in this stance where your feet are split, turned a little bit, and your hands are up, it provides you with this wonderful built-in shock absorber. If somebody tries to punch you or grab you, even if you've got no response, you can just kind of fade back a little bit and absorb some of that blow, or dodge that grab, or miss that swinging baseball bat. From the side, you can see that I'm rocking a little bit. I have these built-in shock absorbers when I have this split stance. You can watch my hands and kind of see that circular motion that I'm going through. If a punch comes this way, I've got a little bit of rock to me. If I can't avoid it at all and the person gives me an elbow or a forearm and it makes contact, I can still absorb some of that damage. Some of the most vicious martial arts techniques involve pinning the person and then hitting them. You'll see this in a lot of Indonesian styles, like pencak silat. They will grab the back of your head and elbow. And when you can't get away, the impact of that blow is really magnified. But if there's no grab and somebody hits you, even if you can't block it and you can't get out of the way, you've still got quite a lot of shock absorption to go into it because of this natural ability to move within your space. That's the kind of flexibility that we want to think about. Not leaving my space and going wherever the wind blows, but having a space and not being rigid in it. Being able to move within the parameters of what you need to express to be you. Don't give up you, but don't be rigid in you. So to help you do this, I want you to think of two things. Whenever you're trying to build a little more flexibility in your life, let's say you have a meeting to go to and you know there's going to be some negotiation, I want you to practice anchoring your feet and then letting go of that anchor for a second and rocking. And then anchor and rock. Feet, rock. Feet, rock. And if you just do that sequence a couple of times where you anchor, because you need the anchor sometimes. If you're going to throw a punch or karate chop or grab somebody and pull, you need to have your feet anchored. You don't want to give up your space. You don't want to have no position and nothing you care about. That's not flexibility, once again. Being wishy-washy and just being blown all over the map, not flexibility. You need a point of anchoring, something that is your purpose in this moment. So you need to practice that anchor and then release. And anchor and rock. And anchor and rock. That sequence, if you just do it in front of the mirror a couple of times, anchor, rock, is going to get you in the mindset of, I have a position, but I can move around within that position. And that is what teaches you flexibility on a very subconscious level. You don't have to go in there thinking, I've got to negotiate, I've got to be firm, but let go. That's all mental, and that's probably not going to work for you. But if on a subconscious level you get this idea that I can anchor in my purpose and yet still move within that purpose, that there's a lot of room for me to adapt and absorb some change without being smashed by it, then the flexibility is going to start coming out automatically. And that is what you need to bring to your meditation on Wednesday night. I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more Trinity.